Hi, this is Patty Sheely with BigFluffyFat.com, and today I want to talk with you about simple snacks that make healthy eating convenient. In case you're worried, I'm not going to suggest that you snack all the time on celery sticks or carrots. In fact, I've really never been able to get myself to snack on either of those foods. So these are things that I like to eat. Hopefully you'll enjoy them too. But I like things that are easy to prepare. Usually, most of these things have 3 or 4 ingredients or less. A few of them have a few more. I like to have things that have a reasonably long shelf life. And I like to have, sometimes I want a hot snack. Sometimes I want a snack that I can dip into something. Sometimes I want a snack that's just great with a cup of coffee. And I have all of those things here. So you don't have to suffer to have healthy snacks that are low in sugar. So here's some of my favorites. The first one is apples with almond butter. You just get an apple, your favorite. I use organic ones. Slice it into eighths, and I get a little small like ice cream dish, and I put 1 or 2 tablespoons of almond butter in that thing, and I just dip away, and it kind of gets my chip and dip craving taken care of with that. And it's crunchy and it's a little bit sweet, and the almond butter is a little bit salty. You could use a number of different things to dip. There's different kinds of nut butters and things of that nature. The second one is homemade hot cocoa, sugar-free. I use almond milk. You could use coconut milk. You could use dairy milk. Any of these need to be, of course, sugar-free. There's lots of almond milks and coconut milks and things like that out there that has lots of added sugar. Don't use one of those. Use the sugar-free kind. And usually I like about a tablespoon of cocoa powder, just unsweetened, with 2 cups of my milk, whatever milk I have chosen, a teaspoon of vanilla, maybe a little bit of cinnamon in there, and then I sweeten it with stevia to my taste. I heat it up until the cocoa dissolves into the milk mixture and enjoy. The next, the next snack is just simply dark chocolate. I use 70% or more dark chocolate. It's wonderful with coffee or tea, and I let it melt in my mouth. In fact, it's not unusual that it can take an hour to enjoy a piece, 1 ounce of chocolate. If you buy a several ounce bar, just simply slice it into thirds, so you'll know I'm getting 1 ounce of this dark chocolate. And if you do the 70% raw cacao, it's really fairly low in sugar. It actually has less sugar than many different kinds of fruit that you might eat. And so the key is to eat that one slowly. The next one that I'd like to talk about is apple with cheese slices, and that's wonderful. Again, yeah, I like with cheese. I like Granny Smith apples; those seem to taste better. And I like Gouda cheese. I use raw milk cheese if you don't tolerate dairy very well. If you do tolerate dairy, have at it, enjoy it. Usually, this snack is best if it's room temperature; it just tastes better. But it's also great cold, so enjoy your cheese and apples. Another one, a great one, is nuts with frozen berries. I get, or you can do fresh berries, about a half a cup of berries, and you can thaw your frozen berries, or you can just have fresh ones, and about a tablespoon of nuts, and you mix them together and enjoy. If you want to add a little bit of plain yogurt with some stevia, that's good with this too. But yogurt and nuts, or nuts and berries, are a great snack. Another easy one is sugar-free coconut macaroons. Now you have to actually look at a recipe. The recipe that I like is by sugarfreemom.com, and she has a free recipe that you can just click on there and download it and make your macaroons. And she even lets you drizzle it with carob or chocolate, and I think that that's an awesome thing to do. So that's one if you want to do a little bit more preparation, something a little more special. Another just simple snack, go get some beef jerky or turkey jerky or buffalo jerky and keep it on hand. That's a wonderful high protein snack that's very satisfying. Just a simple handful of mixed nuts is good. About a handful is usually about 1 ounce, and if you have questions or whatever, then I would suggest getting a quarter of a cup if you're a measurer. But some raw mixed nuts is a wonderful way to satisfy hunger with have that with some water or something to drink. Another one is what I call beef broth with vegetables. It's just a mix-in soup. You get beef broth or vegetable broth or whatever kind of broth you want. Set it on the stove, 1 or 2 cups. Get a small handful of either brown rice or quinoa or some kind of whole grain. And then whatever vegetables you have on hand that look like they might be going bad. I like carrots, I like celery, I like broccoli, I like cauliflower, I like asparagus. All those are good in there. So are Brussels sprouts. But what it really, onions, wonderful in this, and a little bit of salt, a little bit of pepper, and whatever other spices seem good to you. You might like a hot pepper, you might like some parsley, whatever, but put something else in there last minute to just add a little bit of flavor. But a simple soup makes a wonderful snack. And my last suggestion is quinoa with fruit and nuts. You get half of a cup of quinoa and about 1.25 cups of water. And whenever the quinoa is about half done, which takes usually about 5 to 7 minutes, put in the fruit, or you can save the fruit for later, but you put in some berries, and then at the end you just simply top it with nuts. I like to eat it kind of like you'd eat oatmeal. But I like it for breakfast. I like it for a snack in the afternoon. It's good all the way around. And it's one of those things that actually is good hot or cold. And so that makes it nice for summer or winter, depending on what you're wanting. So I hope that you find these snacks helpful. And all the best to you and Merry Christmas. This is Patty Sheely signing off with BigFluffyFat.com.